Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of B Swarm Gaming. In this account, it is J Jacobson 81, and I just want to give you a update of what has been going on. As you know, I still have the same clothing, but there have been some exciting updates to today. As always, my focus has been on Commando Chick, the Bear missions, not B-A-R-E, but B-E-A-R, because you complete the missions, you get royal jelly, you get some crafting materials, or you get the materials that were crafted, like enzymes and glitters and all this other stuff, that you either need right away for farming, or to get future things, and then you farm, right? You go to fields and you farm to get that honey money. That honey money is so important. Well, earlier today, I was thinking, about the golden rake or the spark staff, and then I kind of came to a conclusion that the golden rake is just not worth it. But this is just a personal opinion because I see so many people with the golden rake, and it's a lot better than the stuff at the other shops, right? That's the general consensus. You know, the thought is that anything that brings in more honey or can reach out into the field further is better, right? Whatever can bring in more honey money is better. Now, what I think is, let's get these treats, is you have to look at the short term and the long term benefits. Now, I have the honey dipper and I have this, what I'm going to call the honey backpack. Okay, one balances out the other, right? One balances out the other. Now, the honey dipper is obviously the best in that shop, right? The golden rake brings in more than the here's the gift. We always want to get the gift because it has a lot of cool stuff. I don't think I saw a royal jelly, but anytime you get some free stuff, especially as a noob, because this guy is still a noob, you want to get a gift. It's kind of like free food, right? You never want to deny anything free. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic. The golden rake, I believe, is like 20 million. That's for a noob. That takes a lot of work. The next thing up is the spark staff. I think that's what it's called. That's what I'm calling it. The spark staff is the best tool, in my opinion, for the ant challenge. And as a noob, you need amulets. You need amulets because amulets are passives that help you farm. Now, I finally got one that gives me, it's a gold ant amulet, a decent convert rate, which means once I go back to my hive, it takes the pollen and it gives me the honey money. Finally have critical power. I gotta have that critical power. And I have blue pollen and I have red pollen. I'm not even worried about how much it is, like percentage wise, because I'm a noob. I mean, you can't really think about, oh, I wish it was, like 30%. Oh, I wish it was 40%. You can't compare yourself to other players and think, oh, geez, this player has, like 60% blue pollen. Oh, this person has, 50%. Oh, this person has this much. This person has a hive this big. This person has the windy bee, or this person has. 5 demon bees. You're always going to be hitting that wall, and you're just going to want to quit. As I said before, this is how I got this hive, this pay-to-play hive, because the person hit the wall. You have to take what you have, and you have to be humble. I'm a noob, and in fact, I just said mono chick spawned, and I am going to try to talk and fight mono chick, and I actually think that I can. So let's get into a good position. Let's try to clear as many distractions as I can and just kind of go after mono chick. And as I'm doing this, let's just kind of also farm. I do have a sprinkler. It's not a great sprinkler, but remember, any help that you can get, the better. So the noob fights mono chick. The noob fights mono chick. Okay, so I didn't buy anything new, but I'm saving up. And look at where I'm at. I'm at 112 million, which means no spark staff. The spark staff would be good for the ant challenge. And I have a gold ant amulet, but I'm going to go for the porcelain dipper. It's less than 40 million away, and if I don't get it tomorrow, then I definitely can get it the next day after that. And the missions do require more pollen. And even though I haven't changed any, so it's going to take me longer to do the challenges, I'm going to get a bigger return. And the reward of getting the dipper is definitely going to help me out. So that's one thing, is I'm going to be ending with more pollen. And that was a big decision for me to make, is get the spark staff or save up for the porcelain dipper. Now in the other account, Beeswarm Master 1, I went with the spark staff and I got a good ant amulet. And in fact, I think I was lucky and I got a supreme amulet early on with a bee attack. And that's kind of what I thought. I said, I might try that. But I decided against it. Okay, so let's move on to some of the other developments. In Mother Bear's challenge, I was stuck on getting 3 level 8s. That's what I was stuck on. I finally got 1 level 8, and that was a gifted lion bee. I finally got there. And what had helped me was a cubby bear, a cherry. He was picking up or making treats, and I was picking them up, and I finally got it. Then the second one was a gifted Riley bee. Same thing, I was making treats, and I was going back. But what had helped me was the moon amulet. I changed it, and what I got was a plus 5% bond from treats. I think it was plus 5%. Let me check real quick. Yep, a plus 5% bond from treats, which means that every treat that I would give would mean more. Instead of white pollen, I decided to go a bond from treats or hope for it, and I got it. So it's kind of like packing more for your punch. Instead of gathering more pollen, it would go toward leveling up the bees, which was my primary concern. Once again, going for efficiency, right? So even though it didn't happen right away, it happened faster. Then the last bee that I had to level up, I would always look at the bees and I would try to find the bee that had the most bond going for it. And that was a spicy bee, and this was a surprise. So I had treats, and I got it up to a little over halfway, and then instead of going out and gathering more treats, I thought, what is the favorite fruit for this? Because I was gathering quite um, a lot of fruit, and a spicy bee, and it was strawberries. So I took the strawberries that I had, and I put it over spicy bee, and it could level it up. So I leveled it up, and it was like it also gifted spicy bee. That doesn't happen much, and in fact, it never happened to me. Not on a mythic, not even on a rare. I have never gifted any bee just by feeding it anything, right? So I not only completed the mission, I not only leveled a bee up, but I got another gifted bee. So maybe this is going to be a lucky account. So actually I'm quite excited. So I completed a mission. I leveled up 3 bees to 8, and I got a gifted bee. Also, what I've been doing is I have been slowly crafting enzymes. The reason that that's important is enzymes is one of the crafting materials that you need for the honeycomb belt. You need 25 of them. Now, I've been crafting 1 and 2 at a time. And if you look here, and I'm going to try to see if Mono Chick does not come running after me. I'm at 10 right now. I started the day, I believe, no more than, I want to say 2. So, it's going to take some time, but I'm going to get there. And I think it's enzymes and oil. Enzymes, oil, and I wish I wasn't fighting Mondo Chick, because then I can go check. But as a noob, you also want to be crafting all the time. You can't craft a lot because as you craft, it also costs 10 royal jelly. But if you can, you should be crafting all the time. Another thing that I've been doing is I've been fighting Vicious Bee. So, with fighting Vicious Bee, I am at 46 stingers. So I've actually gone up quite a bit with the stingers, so I'm not halfway there, but that's a pretty good milestone. See the flames? They don't look significantly bigger, but I've been looking at the flames all day, and that's double than what they were, you know. So that's actually pretty cool, and they gather more too, so it helps with the fighting. And since it's gifted, there's a gifted ability too. So I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited about the gifted spicy bee. Now I just have to wait until I get some of the demon bees. So crafting material, a gifted spicy, and then hopefully I can get my porcelain wand pretty soon. Now this also gets me quite excited about the fuzzy bee because I have heard many people say that they have gifted their spicy bee just with pineapples. Now, I gifted my spicy bee with less than 200 strawberries, Now it was just enough to level him up, so maybe with the Fuzzy Bee, I will gift him up just by leveling him up, and that might happen that way. The only thing is with pineapples, that's what you use for enzymes. So I don't know. That's kind of like taking a chance. At least with the strawberries, that was for red extract, and you don't use red extract for the honeycomb belt. But it would be nice to have a gifted Fuzzy Bee. So that's kind of what's been going on, is making progress every single day. Every single day. Now, I want to give some time to a question of a friend of mine. His name is BFM33, and he's asked this question before, which is, how do you make honey faster? There is no real quote-unquote way to make honey faster. There's obvious ways, which is to get better tools. Like if you have the honey dipper, you want to move on to the porcelain dipper. If you have the porcelain dipper, you want to move on to the pedal wand. If you have the pedal wand, you want to increase it with different types of boosts. There's different ways to get honey faster, right? You want to go to the wind chimes and hope that, like if you want to do coconut field, you get the boost for the coconut field. There's things like the glitter, which gives you an extra boost on that. If it's a red field, you can use red extract. So actually, getting honey faster is pretty easy. But I don't know if that's actually the question that he was asking. Maybe he's just asking on a very basic level, how would you get honey faster? And I would suggest the badges. If you can complete the badges, you'll get honey faster. Look for things that say like red pollen or blue pollen. Maybe even an instant conversion. And basically that way you can just stand in a field and the honey money will just kind of come to you. You don't have to worry about any extra things like the boost. Because I know people generally will complain that they're not getting enough honey, and they'll forget that they have the ability to get honey faster, which is the badges right there. There is no magic pill that says that they're going to get honey faster. Don't forget about the instant conversion. There's two ways to get honey: the tool, as well as the instant conversion. Try to get a carpenter bee. That'll increase your honey making really fast. Gift your carpenter bee as fast as you can. I used to underestimate the carpenter bee. Don't do it. Also, another thing is amulets. Amulets are so important. Always monitor, always monitor, always monitor where you are and what fields can get you the most honey. Because if you're like in a crunch of just needing honey, not thinking about completing a mission, like let's say you need like the pedal wand, right? And it's like 1.5 billion, and you're not worried about completing like a mission. Find out what fields you can go to and go to that field. And let's say you don't have any boost to use. Well, you might be good for a white field. Let's say you can't go to coconut field. Then you go to pineapple field. So understanding the map is another way to get more honey. Another way is to use converters, so you're not wasting time going back to the hive. So preparation is a good way to get more honey. Wasting time can cost you that honey money. So I hope those tips do help BFM33 out as well as other individuals. Alright, well, it looks like I killed Mondo Chick, and I got as much of the honey money and all the gifts. Alright, take care, guys. Bye.